celebrating 60 years of excellence. You're watching Color 8.
You're watching the Color 8 News at 6.
No running, but still plenty of swimming at Athletic Pool. We'll show you what saved the day. Missed those summer nights taking in a double feature at the drive-in? They're coming back to Yellowstone County. And we'll introduce you to what you might call the core of rediscovery. Good evening, I'm Gus Koenig. Orlinda Worthington will join us in a few minutes. More than a few Billings folks are floating what looks like a successful plan to keep Athletic Pool open.
You're watching the Color 8 News at 6 with Orlinda Worthington, Gus Koenig, Chris Byers on sports, and Ed McIntosh with weather.
You're watching the Color 8 News at noon with Jody Hathaway and meteorologist Matt Elwell with weather.
Straight ahead on Today in Montana, the nation celebrates its 234th birthday yesterday. We'll show you how the nation marked the year. Plus, locals celebrate our freedom and show one foreigner what the 4th of July is really about. That and more right now on Today in Montana.
You're watching Color 8's Today in Montana.
Oh yes, looking out over the beautiful sky, Cam. What a great morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yes.
Happy day after 4th of July for you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, it seems like I didn't celebrate. I didn't even see fireworks last night.
We went to bed early.
We did.
No fireworks for us.
I went to bed.
And it's your favorite holiday of the year, right?
It is. I went to bed at 5 o'clock.
Did you do it?
Good evening, I'm Kate.
You're watching the weekend edition of the Color 8 News at 10.
And now we turn to the...
You're watching the weekend edition of the Color 8 News at 10 with Chelsea Rabideau, Ben Ross on sports, and Ferdinand Fuhrer with weather.
After the break.
You're watching the weekend edition of the Color 8 News at 10 with Chelsea Rabideau, Ben Ross on sports, and Sharon Song with weather.
This is a Color 8 News special report.
Good evening, and motorists in need. We'll now return you to your regularly scheduled program. Tune into the Color 8 News at 10 for a full report. Thank you and good night.
This has been a Color 8 News special report.
Your weather authority. And now, your Color 8 weather. Here's Sharon Song.
So we definitely did have
your weather authority. And now, your local forecast brought to you by iMart Express. Here's meteorologist Ed McIntosh.
In 5.
Wake up, you gotta shine with the sun, and here it comes, it's all about early, and I wanna be there.
And I'm Matt Rogers. You're watching Wake Up Montana. Police right now asking for some help finding a woman from Helena. Take a look at your screen. This is Sabrina Weldon. She was last seen this past Sunday, September 6th, when she left Nichols Gaming Parlor in Helena, driving a gray 2011 Dodge Ram pickup. If you have any information.
Wake up, you gotta shine with the sun, and here it comes, it's all about early, and I wanna be there.
Good Monday morning. We are making a commitment to you to keep you informed with the very latest developments every newscast as we continue to practice social distancing. Awfully lonely in the studio this morning. Containing the coronavirus in the Treasure State, 34 confirmed cases, new cases over the weekend. Yellowstone County reported an additional case and 2 new cases confirmed in Gallatin County. This morning, with 3 cases confirmed in Cascade County, the local health department is discussing what this means moving forward. Wake Up Montana's Forrest All read live for us this morning from his home. Forrest, what are some of the health department's recommendations?
Well, the big one from the press conference was that I didn't want anybody in the area to panic, saying that they have been preparing for what they had been saying.
I'm Ben Wyman in Missoula. We're going to follow up on some breaking news that we had last night in the show as a roof collapses in downtown Missoula. Now, new health concerns are rising. Well, the details coming up.
In Great Falls, I'm Ty Hawkins. The latest on frozen pipes affecting residents in central Montana. I'm Becky Hillier in Billings, where we welcome the NAIA Division I Women's Basketball Championship. The student athletes enjoy a special dinner this evening to kick off the tournament.
From around the big sky and your local news station, this is Montana Right Now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us. We have crews positioned throughout the state to bring big stories happening in Montana right now. I'm Ben Wyman. Let's get things started in Missoula tonight. A city sidewalk remains closed and asbestos testing is currently underway following a roof collapse in downtown Missoula. City officials are requiring the property owner of Fran's secondhand store to clean up that mess and test for any potential contamination. Now, the incident happened just before 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Covering Montana right now, this is Color 8 Local News at 5.
And a very happy Saturday evening to you. I'm Luke Laster. Thank you for joining us for Color 8 News at 5. Beautiful weather out there today in the Magic City. Brianna Monty joins us now from the Weather Authority Center. Bree, how are we looking for the rest of the weekend?
Yes, indeed, Luke. We are seeing some pretty good weather. We are in the low 90s right now in the Magic City.
Color 8 First News at 5 continues now.
Tonight is a big night in the grandstands as the Yellowstone River Roundup PRCA Rodeo kicks off. We'll have a live report from Montana Fair about what rodeo fans can expect this year. Then Montana Governor Steve Bullock is all in when it comes to the race for the Democratic presidential nomination. But he's concerned about the Democrats' chances in 2020. What he said in a recent interview on CNN. And it's not your typical back-to-school sale.
The title of the program is called Shoot Now, Pay Later.
People are firing back at a gun shop that tied in a gun sale with kids heading back to school. What was the owner thinking? Well, he says it was all just a big misunderstanding. He explains as your Color 8 News continues now.
Covering Montana right now, this is Color 8 Local News at 5:30.
Very good Thursday evening, everybody. I'm Greg Lamont.
And I'm Becky Hillier. We appreciate you joining us tonight.
Covering Montana right now, this is Color 8 Local News at 10.
And a very good Wednesday evening to you. I'm Becky Hillier.
Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. I'm Greg Lamont.
A Senate hearing on Indian affairs was held in Washington, D.C. today, discussing a number of priorities for Montana's tribal communities.
Color 8's Brianna Monte has a breakdown of the hearing and more. Brianna?
Well, Greg and Becky, a very busy day in Washington, D.C. The Committee on Indian Affairs discussed
From around the big sky and your local news station, this is Montana Right Now, Local News Sunday.
Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm Ben Wyman. Thank you so much for joining us for this weekend edition of Montana Right Now. Hope you had a great weekend. Thanks for starting your week with us here at Montana Right Now. We're continuing to work to get additional information for you tonight on a violent attack that left one man dead in his car at the West End Dairy Queen in Billings yesterday. Police have not identified the alleged shooter, but did tell us that a 30-year-old man turned himself into authorities.
Covering Montana Right Now, this is a special edition of Color 8 Local News Right Now.
And a very happy Saturday night to you. I'm Luke Laster. Thank you for joining us for Color 8 News at 9. Well, there's no way around it, ladies and gentlemen. It is cold. Weather Authority's Mary Jane Villeza joins us now from the Weather Authority Center for a quick look at the forecast. Mary Jane, what can you tell us about these brutally cold temperatures?
Hey there, Luke. Well, you can thank that Arctic air mass that's pushing through the region for these cold temperatures. We actually have watches and
start of something great. Straight ahead you'll see a new way to look at life, the way it's meant to be. Right here is clearly the start of something great. Straight eight. Straight eight. It's the start of something great.